What is up, guys? Austin here. Welcome to the video, and today I'm going to be going over how many times a week you should be working out and how to build your own workout program and how to structure your workouts. And the stuff I'm going over in this video today, it's going to be very basic if you don't really have a structured program to work from. And if you're just starting out, this is the perfect way for you to build your own workout program. And even if you have been doing this for a while, it's always a good idea to take a step back, see if your programming is working for you, what you can do better, what things you can change. Personally, for me, I like to always review to see what I'm doing, if it's effective, if it's doing the job right. You can never be the best. You can never feel like you have achieved peak programming or what have you. You can never feel like you're doing the best. There's always room to improve if you take a step back and take a look at what you can work to improve on. So a lot of people I see that when they first get into the gym, they have this mindset of being very motivated to start working out and they want to do it 7 days a week. And I admire the dedication and all that, but I really want to drive home that you need to take a step back. You have to monitor your progress, monitor your training. You don't want to be going super hard because you are definitely going to burn yourself out, especially if you haven't done this before. If you're just getting into the gym, if you're just starting out, you don't want to burn yourself out, feel like shit, and feel super fatigued, and just have your entire body in pain, and then not be able to work out a few weeks, and then just getting demotivated, and then you're back to square one, and you just feel lazy and don't want to continue working out, and you're just going to be in that yo-yo state where you just feel super motivated and then feel super demotivated, and then you're going and stopping. But instead, you want consistent and long-term progress if you do want to see results. And so with building your workout program, the more beginner you are, the more you are fresh or new to the gym, you want to be starting with less exercises, which means less volume. And so what is volume? Volume is the total amount of sets and reps that you do per workout. And so let's say you did 5 exercises and 3 sets each of each exercise. And so your volume would be a total of 15 sets, and times that by however many reps you did for those exercises. And so typically the more new you are to the gym, the less volume that you want to be starting out. And that also goes with intensity. You don't want to be pushing yourself too hard because your body has not adapted to that new training stimulus. The more new you are, the more you can actually get away with not training near failure, training with less intensity and less volume, and you can still make a lot of muscle gains, a lot of strength gains, because you are new. Everything is new, so if you literally just start touching weights, you will literally be able to build muscle and build strength very easily. And so first thing I want to address is how many days a week should you be working out? So beginners, this more so depends on whatever is optimal for you, is whatever can fit into your schedule, whatever fits into your daily routine, whatever you find that you can best follow to your schedule, fit into your schedule. And so for beginners, I recommend working out 2 to 3 times a week. And how I would like to program for beginners is if you're working twice a week, you want to have these 2 days be as far away from each other as possible. So personally, I like Mondays and Fridays because you just kind of have it at the ends of the weekdays per se, and that way you can also get the most amount of rest time between those. So between Monday and Friday, you have 3 days. Between Friday and Monday, you have 2 days. Structure it however you want. It can be on any day of the week, but you just want to structure them as far away from possible. And with that, you just want to work on full body workouts for both those days because you're only hitting all your muscles twice a week. So you just want to program everything being full body. However, if you do want to work out 3 days a week, I recommend structuring your workouts on non-consecutive days. So again, having them as far away from each other as possible. This usually works out to every other day, except 2 workouts are going to be 2 days in between. So for example, you have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. These are all 1 day apart. but between Friday and Monday, you're gonna have Saturday, Sunday off, or you can do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and then Sunday and Monday off, depending on how you want to structure. That is the most optimal. Of course, if you're not able to do that, I don't recommend that you structure them on days right after the other for recovery reasons, but if it doesn't fit into your schedule, the most optimal lifting schedule for you is the one that you can follow. So obviously, if it doesn't fit into your schedule, then find a way to make it work. And with that, with the 3-day program, I recommend doing day 1 is your lower body split. Day 2 is going to be your upper body split. And then day 3 is going to be a full body. And so kind of back to the scheduling conflicts, if you can't do every other day, then you can actually put your lower and upper on consecutive days right after the other, because you're not working the same muscle groups. You're working your lower body and your upper body. So you still have a good amount of time to rest and recover your muscles. And this way, working out 3 times a week, you still are able to hit your muscle groups twice a week. I don't know if I talked about this earlier, but the most optimal way to build muscle and strength is to hit each muscle group twice a week. The research has shown that it's definitely better than once a week. And 3 times a week, we're not too sure, but definitely 2 times a week is very doable for most people. And now working out 3 times a week, it's going to be the sweet spot for most of you. And any more than that, it's going to be more generally reserved for people who have been training for years on end. So if you don't have, I want to say, at least 5+ years of like dedicated lifting experience, like you've been following a structured program, you have very decent strength levels and a good amount of muscle mass that you've already built, I wouldn't fare too far into adding more than 3 days a week. 3 days a week is definitely the sweet spot. You can work out each muscle group twice a week. It's definitely a good amount of time for rest between each lifting session, and it also gives you a lot of time. I used to work out 3 times a week, and I found that I just had like a lot of time to do other things other than lift, because I also believe that you should make the gym around your life, not your life around the gym. And so fitting that into your lifestyle is definitely a good thing, just having 3 times a week. But if you guys really do want to get into 4, 5, or even 6 times a week, you've probably heard of it. So 4 times a week, you have your upper, lower on non-consecutive days, ideally. 5, it's going to be upper, lower, and then full body, I believe. The full body just applies to whatever lagging body part that you want to work on, that you feel like it's not keeping up with the rest of your other body parts regarding strength or muscle levels. And then you can also follow the upper, lower, push-pull leg split. And then 6 times a week, you've definitely heard of the push-pull split. So you have push-pull legs, and then 7 days rest. But yeah, I definitely won't get more into the more than 3 days a week, because this doesn't apply to a lot of you. And so now that we've covered training frequency for how many days a week, let's get into exercise selection. For this, you definitely want to focus more on getting your compound lifts in first. So compound lifts are exercises that use more than one muscle at the same time to perform. Usually it's a very strong and big movement that your body does. A lot of these compound movements you've definitely heard of. You have your shoulder presses and your bench press for your pushing movements. You have your vertical pull, your lat pull downs, pull-ups, that sort of thing. You also have your horizontal pulls, which includes a lot of your rowing movements. And then for your legs, you have a squat movement or a hip hinge movement, or known as a lift movement. I also made another video on the best exercises to build muscle. I can link that down in the description below. And so generally, you want to structure your compound lifts first. And again, these are usually big movements that involve a lot of different joints and muscles moving. And generally, these moves are done with a barbell, but of course you can substitute it with whatever equipment you have available. And so now, if you're working out twice a week only, doing full body twice a day, I recommend you pick your compound movements, 3 to 4 movements for each of these workouts, because you're doing full body and you're also in the gym less. So in order to make up for that, you have to be doing more exercises, rather than if you were in the gym more, you can do less exercises. It just works out that way because of math. And so structure them however you feel. I would say structure your most fatiguing lift. So the lift that makes you the most tired, the lift that you want to improve on the most, structure that first, and then structure the following compound exercises however you feel. And then now for the 3 times a week, because you have lower, upper, and full body. So for lower, you're going to pick your lower body exercise that you want to focus on for that day. And then upper, you're going to pick your upper body exercises that you want to do for that day. And then full body is whatever you don't do on those 2 days, you will put it over onto your full body day. And personally, I'm just not recommending specific exercises in general because I don't want to be giving you just this one protocol to follow and it's like a do or die method. But definitely choose exercises that you enjoy more. Choose the exercises that get the movement down, but you can always vary different exercises. There are a ton of exercises out there that work the same muscles and get the goals that you want, build strength and muscle. And so you can definitely look them up. And so now that after we've covered compound movements, let's cover accessory movements. These are generally smaller exercises that work less joints and usually just target 1 or 2 muscle groups. And a lot of these exercises will generally use lighter weight and higher reps just to get more volume in. And these can include exercises for your arms or your abs or just any specific muscle group that you want to target and build more strength muscle-wise for that single muscle group. Now that we've covered that, I hope I did make some sense trying to explain everything to you. I will be dropping either a PDF in the description, or I'm probably going to type it out in the description itself, but I will show you guys just how to structure a workout program. It's completely free. Let me know how you like it, if you have any questions, that sort of thing. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.